Hello, buddy. My name is Rose, and welcome to my worst game experiences of my childhood. The only rules for this is that they have to be experiences that I actually experienced in my childhood. They don't have to be based in fact. They have to be limited on my knowledge I had of the time of video games and my overall intelligence, which wasn't very much. So, the first one is a game called Mario Teaches Typing. These reasons are, there was a limited reward for getting better at typing. It didn't really incentivize you getting better. It just kind of rewarded you with cutscenes, and those cutscenes weren't really that impressive. They were 2D rendering of 3D models, which was a cheap graphical exploit used by limited hardware in the 90s. It also made developers think they could be lax on other standards, so they didn't try as hard in a lot of ways. And the problem is this contributes to the classical narrative that children's content has to be cheaply made and has to be no fun to play. And this is a fallacy. All media that is created should be family content, even children's content. Children's content should be family content. If the parent can't stand to sit there and supervise their kid while they're enjoying it, then it shouldn't be made to teach kids. Period. That's all there is to say about that. So my recommendation, instead of this waste of time game, if you're wanting to play an old game, old typing game for kids, is Type to Learn Junior. If you want to have fun while you're learning to type. If you want a kids game that is a painting game that has just as much fun shenanigans, and then you want something old, Kid Pix Deluxe. It's like Paint, but with an added dose of ADHD into your veins. Finally, a copy of Paint that sings to you about your fuck-ups. It's like your parents, but this parent always comes back with the milk, unlike your dad. If you're talking about GEM functionality, then by all means, that one time I played Dr. Mario when I was 5 for the NES, when I thought it was basically just Tetris, which was not true, was by far the most confusing and cryptic game I have ever played in my entire life up to that point. I mean, if you only get 2 block chunks, how are you supposed to get a row without screwing yourself over repeatedly? That's the best part. You don't, and then you lose because you completely misunderstood the game. It's the best part, you don't. Just like your dad, who never came home with the milk. And between your endless optimism about him returning home with this extremely expired milk at this point, as well as this joke, and my lack of intelligence as a child, and my bad jokes as an adult, we have a complete pair of noobs in one spot. What are the odds? You should like and share this video with your friends, and follow. Now, these videos are both to entertain you and to seek help. The QR code you now see on your screen is for my aunt. She is seeking a lung transplant. She is having trouble financially in the meantime. If you could help with even just $1, then that would help with household expenses. She's currently having trouble. She's currently waiting to get a lung transplant, and we're kind of not near home right now, and everyone in our lives is very financially strapped. A lot of people are, but if you can donate $1, we would greatly appreciate it. I don't usually like asking random people for help, but this is just something that I am doing kind of out of desperation at this point. But I did want to give some content before I asked. Anyway, the link is on the screen if you want to help. But otherwise, I hope you have a lovely evening. If you can't help, that's fine. Bye.